Hey YouTube, this is Gracie and welcome back to Card-tober, a series in which I show you how to make a Disneybounding Halloween card every day in the month of October. I've also done little mini themes within Card-tober. For example, the first week was the week of villains and this week has been the week of Hocus Pocus. Sadly, today is the last day of the week of Hocus Pocus. And you may be going, what? It's only Thursday. How is it the end? Well, I'm happy to announce to you that this weekend is going to be the Harry Potter weekend that I promised for you guys. I'm very excited about it and I hope you are too. Subscribe, hit that bell icon so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video, especially since I'm finally doing Harry Potter. Yay! Anyway, so today's card is Disneybounding as Thackery Binx, the black talking cat in the movie Hocus Pocus. Now, he wasn't always a black talking cat. He was a real boy in the beginning of the movie and he was trying to save his sister's life, but he didn't make it there in time to save her. And instead, the Sanderson sisters turned him into a black cat and he took it upon himself to keep an eye out and protect the black flame candle, which is why I've decided to do this ginormous candle on the front of the card, and make sure that no virgin lights the candle to bring the witches back from the dead. So that's what I said. I just mentioned how I used the black flame candle as my inspiration for this card, and why I did a ginormous candle on the front of the card. The background here, I decided to do a bunch of silver embossed cat outlines because I thought it kind of looked like the actual flame on the black flame candle. If you look close, it's like this kind of spooky black silver outline kind of flame. And then I also thought it was kind of cool. It looked almost like when you light a candle and it flickers and it casts a shadow on a wall. That's kind of the look I was going for as well. I did the word bewitching because he was bewitched, and I just thought it was a nice finishing touch for the card. On the inside, I did a black hole punch or die cut punch, and I used the sentiment Happy Haunting because he's kind of a ghost cat, sort of, kind of. But this cat here has a whole bunch of Halloween sayings embossed in silver once again. And this cat is actually from a new collection. I believe it's from Stampin' Up. Unfortunately, my mom has it with her, so I don't have it here to show you guys. But it is a new collection, and it should be easy for you to find, either through their website or through your local Stampin' Up provider. So if you're interested in getting one for yourself, check those places out. Probably their website will have it. On the back side, I did my G stamp in red, and then I outlined a flame to again nod to the black flame candle. Let me go ahead and quickly show you guys how to make this card. So I started out with a black piece of cardstock, and I cut it down to my actual card size, which is 5.5 by 4 inches. And then I took my punched out cat, and I probably should have done this in a different color because it was kind of hard to do, black on black. And then I used my perfect medium bullet embossing marker from Ranger, and I just went through and outlined the cat a bunch of times and used this silver embossing powder, sorry, from Ranger, and this is super fine detail embossing powder. And with a little bit of Hocus Pocus, this is what it comes out looking like. Just a ton of black cats everywhere. Again, I thought that kind of resembled the black flame itself, but also a shadow that could have been cast on the wall. The next step to do is to just put that onto your card. I decided to go with a brown card again, just because it was kind of more spooky, and I don't know, I just thought it looked quite nice. And we're just going to use some Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue and put that onto the card really quickly. And let's see, where can I put this where I'm going to find it? There we go. Okay. And just put that onto your card. Now I've already done the inside of this card, but basically just have to hole punch or punch out your cat and then your Happy Haunting. Let me show you the stamp set I used for the Happy Haunting. This is from Fawn, and I just used this sentiment right here. It's a really cute stamp set. The next thing I did was took my Cricut cartridge, also called Happy Hauntings. Very clever. And this is the page that shows you how to get the cat, not the cat, but the candle. And I used the spooky font and the vampire font. The spooky font does give you an actual flame, but when I tried to use it on the card, it just didn't look quite right. So I decided to cut that off and only leave the wick. And then I did the melted wax here as well. Let me put those aside. So that's the next step, is to cut out your candle and your melting wax. Now, some extra detailing I did for that, just to make it look more interesting and more spooky, was I embossed my actual candle with this embossing folder from Tim Holtz Alterations in Sizzix. And it's just this kind of like very cool antique-y design on there. And then I took a Q-tip and my Riding Hood Red Stampin' Up ink pad, or stamp pad, and it's kind of gross. I don't know what happened to it, but it still works, so don't worry about that. And I just dabbed that and kind of did little circular motions, little coloring in of the embossed part of the candle now. And that's how I added that design. If you look at the actual Black Flame candle, there is some like writing on it and some like little swirly gig designs. So that's why I decided to do that effect on the candle. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can get some. There you go. So you could see how I left like a wick there. I kind of created that myself out of the part where the flame was. I just cut it out and then colored it in with some marker. The next thing to do is cut out your wax. Now the shape kind of carries on a little bit further down at this bottom right hand corner, but again I altered it and just cut that off because it was going to be too big for the card. If you like it there, you can just do a different size candle, maybe less than 6 inches. This is by the way a size 6 candle, as well as the melting wax. I then took my Nuvo crystal drops, and this is in Morning Dew, and it dries clear, by the way. That's why it's just very light and just slightly shimmery, just to kind of give that melted wax effect. And I just did it in, like, you know, places where wax would have kind of gathered. And now we're going to glue that down to the candle. And I'm just going to use some gobs here and there for this, just because I want to be able to move it around as much as I want to. And then also I'm leaving these larger drops without any glue, because I'm going to pop dot those off of the candle itself. Okay. Oh my goodness. There is an ambulance across the street from me right now. If you guys can send some happy thoughts, maybe some prayers to my neighbor. It looks like he might be being taken away in the ambulance today. That's not good. I believe he's an older man, so that's really not a good sign. I really hope that everyone is okay. That's really sad. I will keep you updated as the video goes on. Alright, so we're just going to press down and hold all of those little bits and pieces to the rest of the candle. And now we're going to take our little pop dots. And actually, I'm just going to take one small square one and cut it in half, just because this is just a little bit too big for my taste. I don't want it to be too voluptuous. Okay, and we're just going to place that onto the card on the back of the little wax drop there. And I just thought it looked kind of cool that way. I don't know, you guys don't have to do that if you don't think it looks good, but I thought it looked kind of cool. The next thing to do is put down your word bewitching. I took this in same Cricut cartridge, and this is in just size 1 or inch 1, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And then I took my Nuvo crystal drops in Ebony black and just went over that and let that sit to dry. And we're just going to do our best to glue that down on camera. It's going to be just a few drops, I think, for now. And and just place that onto your candle. And I liked it kind of having an arch in the middle. So we're gonna let that kind of curve a little bit. Okay. The next thing I did was I pop dotted the whole candle itself. So I'm gonna take these larger circular pop dots just because they're really full and thick. And we're gonna use about 5 of these, 1 in the middle and 1 in each corner. And it doesn't look like there's any action coming from my neighbor's house, so looks like they might just be checking up on him. Okay. And now we're going to place that onto the card. And there you have it. There is your Disneybounding Thackery Binx Halloween card. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and get ready for this weekend for Harry Potter weekend. Happy Halloween. It looks like my neighbor is gonna be okay, I hope. Stay tuned for maybe an update if I hear or see anything. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!